Kò ṣẹrú. Kò ṣẹrú. Ó wá sáyé ọmọ ọba ní kò ṣẹrú. Ó wá sáyé kò ṣẹ̀wọ̀n.
Ó yá akéde mo fẹ́ délé bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ.
Ọmọ ọba ní kò ṣẹrú.
Bàbá àgbà nígbà ní ojú àná ó ṣe gbám. Òsán-gìrì lágìrì ọ̀làgìrì kàkà. Àkọ́kọ́ arẹ́rẹ́ o. Bàbá mi ọwọ́ kẹfẹ́rẹ́ jíjọ. Jagunmọ́ lòdì ọ̀rọ̀. Apálá ti jó tọ̀hún tọ̀hún.
Technology is now seen as a must-have in businesses. With the right technology tools, you get to stand out as a reliable organization and make everyone efficient and productive across board. We understand that most organizations are investing in technology and doing the best they can to make it work for everyone. But they are also finding it challenging to get the solution that will solve their most critical business needs. As a multiple award-winning, agile and innovative leader in the IT marketplace, Hashem Limited knows what it means to take time to identify your pain points and recommend products and services that fit your business need. We do not only pride ourselves as a one-stop shop offering a plethora of IT products and services that can drive growth and productivity in your organization. We also boast of dedicated, passionate, and experienced team members. Our comprehensive engagement model and governance framework are also designed to optimize your software portfolio across your organization. This unique approach gives you access to business analysts, solutions architects, product specialists, project managers, developers, and key resources to help inform great decision-making. Above everything and anything else, we are the IT partner you can trust to make your business dreams realizable. Convinced yet? Perhaps our website can tell you a lot more than I have done in 2 minutes. Check us out on www.hashem.com. Oh, one more thing. We are as social can be, keeping you updated on the newest technology trends. You can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook.
My name is Temitope Aziz. I work with LASU CBT 18 as a test administrator TCA. I work with piercing the exams like Microsoft, Oracle, ITIL, CompTIA.
Hello, Fola Babalola is my name. I work with LASU CBT 18 as a corporate business development manager. Here in LASU CBT 18, we work with our customers to identify their training needs. We hereby recommend and offer the best IT training that can upgrade their staff skills and enhance productivities in achieving their corporate goals. Thank you for choosing us.
I'm Abdul Qadri by name. I work with LASU CBT 18 Limited. I'm responsible for the up-running of computers and the network. Thank you for choosing us.
My name is Miriam Yusuf. I am the relationship officer here at LASU CBT. I basically manage the front office and the workspace. That is the LASU CBT workspace 18. We render services to clients who need to work in a serene and conducive environment during business hours, and our services are affordable and impeccable. Thank you for choosing LASU CBT.
Hello, my name is Bimbo Adefeso. I'm a business development person in charge of IELTS and cloud offerings. IELTS is one of the top exams for foreign education worldwide. And here at CBT 18, we help your journey from beginning to the end, from point of first contact up to the end.
Welcome to LASU CBT 18. My name is Oladele Ajayi. I'm the Business Development Manager for the retail market. For LASU CBT 18, we're into IT trainings. IT trainings such as Python programming, web development, web design, Azure, cybersecurity and all. Come down to LASU CBT. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself down there with us.
Hello, my name is MCTNAIJA-TechUSERGROUP.
Welcome to the Pride of Symbols, a people driven by the passion for excellence and the courage to take on big challenges and see them through. With integrity of mind and systems, our words, structures, and processes are always dependable. We are proud of who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. Firm is our commitment to the vision to build a globally recognized distribution company and to become a key driver of trade revolution across Africa. We have been empowered to make products and services accessible, affordable, and usable across Africa by building an efficient distribution network, and to remain the market benchmark for dynamism, efficiency, and competitiveness. We are rulers. We provide order. With confidence, enthusiasm, and wit we speak. The vulnerable and voiceless we empower. This is me. This is TD Africa. We rule. We conquer. We are Simba.
For over 7 years, Macintosh Consulting has been empowering individuals, organizations, and government parastatals in information technology, business management, leadership development, and finance. Through our end-to-end training services, we help our clients achieve notable landmarks with our long-standing valued affiliate relationships with Microsoft, EC Council, CompTIA, PECB, Cisco, and AWS. Macintosh Consulting offers training and certifications in diverse areas like Network Plus, cybersecurity, cloud computing, project management, Agile Scrum, soft skills, amongst many others, with guaranteed to run classes, virtual classes, on-site classes, online classes, and customized classes. Macintosh Consulting enhances career development, promotes relevance, and ensures quality delivery. Macintosh Consulting is located in Nigeria, Kenya, and United Kingdom. Visit www.macintosh.com or call 090-381-38550 or 081-409-84158. You can also visit us at 24 Bama Chili Street off Allen Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to the MCT Tech User Group Grassroot program. And anywhere you're calling from, we are here to look at ways by which we can project and try to communicate, try to integrate, and try to guide people towards IT, how they can become a better person when it comes to IT and information technology. And once again, I would like to thank, just as we have pulled out our sponsors, we thank you for making and helping through the years, ensure that this program and community is continuous movement and the guidance you have been giving to us. And once again, we want to thank Microsoft for making it and giving us a new environment to make it come to be. Also want to thank people that have been supporting us individually, our supporter community, and we want to thank allowing me music, allowing his music, one of his music titles to be used for our advert and for our mentorship run round. We say thank you, everyone, and thank you, even every viewer out there. We want to appreciate you for joining us this evening. So we are here today, and we know the reason why we are here is we are trying to run a movement that will connect mentee with mentors, will give and also to give you the new trends outlook for the year. Talking about cloud technology, what it's all about. How do you work towards a better person when it comes to IT, towards the window of Microsoft cloud environment, and finally digital world. What is happening? How do we? The reason why we are here. And having that in mind, we also that we are actually a group of several user group, which is known as Microsoft Tech Users Group, comprised of several group across most primary for products. We are talking of Azure, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365. We have the data, the Power Platform, the data and AI, the security platform. And what is the goal? To bring a better FM, to ensure that we bring the best information and how we can get those information in several quarters. And at this point, I want to hand over to one of my hosts, which is my name is Oluwase, and I'm going to bring in my colleague and Olana. She's going to take over and continue with the introduction. Olana.
Hi, Shay. It's been a while.
Yeah, my life. When you married, a lot of things start playing.
No, absolutely. So I'm here now and I'm back. I'm happy to be back.
Good to have you back in the studio after a while.
Thank you. I cannot see your slide. The deck is not visible.
Uh, I'll bring it back.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
that's
Yes.
it.
Shay introduced himself, but I'm sure we're very familiar with Shay. But just for the benefit of those of us who are joining, maybe for the first time, or Shay has not had like a lengthy introduction. We have on the screen who Shay is. He's an independent consultant helping companies in their digital transformation journey. I don't want to go ahead to read all of what we have on the screen, but Shay is our community lead. He's our Oga Patapata at the top. So he organizes everything for us, and we're really lucky to have him. So he's our host, one of our hosts for today. I think our next slide should show the other hosts that we have. Okay, we David. David is also one of our very dear persons here. David is a consultant helping companies secure their Azure and AWS environment through private expert level trainings and assessments. David is a very familiar face. I'm sure most of us are familiar with him, and he's one of our great guys with Azure security, Azure and AWS security. So next we have Kofi. Kofi is very passionate about technology and innovation with a constant drive to learn more, thus keeping up to date with the latest trend. Is not a process-driven activity for him. He has over 8 years of experience in working in the cybersecurity industry with great knowledge in networking, firewalls, and VPN. He is a regular host of the Azure Administration series and also of the Grassroot innovation as well. And we're also happy to have Kofi here with us. We have Deji. I'm very sure. Okay, like I keep saying, I'm sure we're familiar with these faces, right? Deji has been involved in database administration, warehousing, conversion, data migration, BI, data modeling, full system lifecycle and implementation, system integration, post implementation support, and training. Deji is, in a nutshell, a seasoned data professional. He's a professional with the motivation to set goals, work effectively with others to accomplish clients' objectives within the shortest possible time frame. Sound analytical mind. So that's Deji for you. Like I said, he's a seasoned data professional. So I think next we have our host, our guest for today. Oh, okay, there goes me. So this is me. My name is Olanda. I currently head data management and analytics as a consultant. I'm highly skilled, analytical, resourceful, problem solving, and result oriented data professional. Just like DG, I'm also a data professional with leadership skill, and I have architected, developed, managed enterprise data estates following best practices. I'm also one of the community lead here at the Niger community, MCTNAIJA community. So we will move on to our guest for today. Very exciting individuals, tech professionals that we have here today. We are going to be introducing them shortly. First, we have Oluwatobi Yusuf. Olatobi Yusuf is a low-code advocate and developer. He is a Microsoft MVP and team lead of business process re-engineering at AXA Mansard. As a low-code advocate and developer, he is an expert in using local platforms to quickly and efficiently develop custom software applications. He's also an MVP, and he has been recognized by Microsoft for his technical expertise and community leadership. Um, Oluwatobi is also, or as a team lead of business process re-engineering at AXA Mansard, he's responsible for leading a team that improves and streamlines business processes to increase efficiency and productivity within the business. Our next guest is a really beautiful lady, and her name is. Oh, we have two guests. Okay, this is introducing our second guest, Omolola Alfred. Omolola is a skilled professional who specializes in digitizing manual processes using Microsoft business applications to help organizations increase efficiency. Today, we have a lot of professionals who help organizations increase efficiency. She's a co-founder of Local Techies, a community that empowers individuals and businesses to build and deploy local solutions. Omolola is also a leader in the Nigeria Dynamics 365 community, where she shares her knowledge and expertise with other professionals. She's passionate for learning. Her passion for learning has led to earn over 13 Microsoft certifications. Let me see. She continually seeks new knowledge to stay up to date with latest industry trends and engineering technologies. In addition to that, Omola is also a Microsoft valuable professional. So I think that's it for our guest today. I think we just have two guests today, Shay. Okay, so would encourage our viewers at this point to please send in questions. We have seen the profile of our guests. They are seasoned professional. They both help organizations automate their processes to be more efficient, to be more productive, to be more profitable. So if you're a business owner, if you're a process owner within a business and you want to be more profitable, you want to automate your processes, you have questions for Olola and basically for our guests, this is a great opportunity for you to send in your questions. If you're thinking of changing career path, you want to be a low code, no code developer, then this is the best time for you to send in your questions. If you need guidance on how to go about this, we're going to be asking our guests a couple of questions around that. But you can have your own personal questions, questions that have not been answered here, questions that we did not think of asking, that we've not put out there. So please put in your questions in the chat. Our professionals are here and they will be answering them. Shay, do we have our guests?
Yes, already. Yeah, they are ready.
Okay. Is Toby here? I can't see Toby. I hope you are not camera shy.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Toby. Okay, great. So the first question came with a tag that says Toby. So we'd like to know more about you. We'd like to know what the motivation is, what motivates you to collaborate with others. Really would like to hear your story. I'm sure there are tons of people out there that are interested in knowing your story, and so am I.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. From anywhere you're joining us, and it's an honor to be here. I'm delighted to be here. So a little bit about me. We've done an introduction. I presently lead a team. So I'll start from my work. I presently lead a team at AXA Mansard, the business process engineering team. And just like you also introduced, my job or my daily job is we look into the business. What's the business all about? What does the business do to make their service better? And we try to improve that. We try to improve the processes. And one thing I'll let you know is that a lot of the solutions or a couple of solutions we use are in short low code, because why they are easy to develop and easy to deploy. So now, what motivates me? Why do I love collaboration? Number one is community. I'll say I'm more of a community person. I love to interact. I love to contribute my knowledge to share my knowledge with people and also hear other people out. Everybody have different perspective and different ways they see things. And I think that's what makes each and every one of us really unique because we have different perspective and we see things in different ways. And that is always one thing that motivates me to collaborate with others because this means different people bringing their ideas together and all of you coming together to build a particular solution or to make an impact, and that way you're doing something awesome, you're doing something great. And a little bit about my background, my story. I did tell people I started the whole low code power platform dated March 2021 to be precise. And Omolola here even happens to be the person who onboarded me to Power Platform. So kudos to her and a shout out to her. She's still like a teacher, right, to me. All right. So Omolola here actually onboarded me when I joined my first organization. So we were both colleagues when I first joined the organization where I started off, and we were introduced into the power platform space, and what the power platform was all about. And it was a really cool thing for me because I had somebody who, number one, love to impact others, love to also collaborate, and love to teach and make sure that whoever she's empowering, she's teaching, is someone that gets what she's trying to do. And I think this really helped us grow because it wasn't even long. We quickly became friends. Then I think we moved on to become accountability partners, and that really helped us grow in the whole space of low code and power platform as a whole. Reason being, we give ourselves targets. Oh, we've learned one new thing today, or something just came out. Something about technology that it's always evolving. Oh, something just came out, or we just learned something new, and we're like, oh, she's like, Toby, oh, let's set a target. We are going for the weekend, right? So by Monday, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. We have a target, and definitely, I don't want to be the one flooring, right? I don't want to be the one behind. And she also doesn't want to be the one behind. So that way, both of us during the weekend try to optimize our weekend to learn something new, to learn something different. And when we come on Monday, it's more like, oh, who can brag the most about who has learned the most, or who can implement all of this the most. Growing was really easy for me starting off my career in low code because I had somebody who also was willing to grow and to learn. So this is one thing I do tell people when I'm saying my story is try to get somebody you're accountable to. It can be someone around your age group. It can be someone that might be older than you, younger than you. You'll get someone that makes you accountable. That really will help you grow a lot because if you get someone that's accountable, then you'll know that hey, you don't want to lose that. You don't want to stop being accountable to that person, and that person will definitely push you to grow. Then moving forward, after a couple of hours, definitely we both transitioned, like we both grew and had to move to other different places. Then I came across the community. Initially, we didn't know about the community. We're moving here, like say 4 months, 5 months. I got to know about the community, and like I said, I didn't know about it then. So when I saw the community, I joined the community, and next thing I saw community of people who were willing and ready to give. And we have that, right? We have that everywhere. We talk about Microsoft community, and you talk of oh, we talk the people that are pushing this program with some Stashi, we say other like mind, always ready to impact, to give. And that is also something that led me and helped me grow. Right. So I joined the community and I saw people interacting and I don't want to really be left out. And now I was roughly 4 months, 6 months into Power Platform. At gotten my foot rooted a bit, but not too much. But then you see different questions flying around, and you really don't want to be lacking behind. So this also helped me grow because I really wanted to be active in the community. So you see questions, you see things like that. It makes me go back. Oh, read up. I don't know about this. Let me go and read up about that. I see this other one. Let me read up about this. Then you see meetups, you see events that you can volunteer. You can join, and all of these really helped me grow. All right, it really helped me grow. And I would say community was one of the push I really had. And also a second lesson I would like to give others is join a community and don't just join a community. Be active in the community. Contribute your little ideas that you feel, oh, it's nothing. might be what you help somebody. You might see a little question that you might feel, oh, it's just a simple question. Let somebody with more experience answer it or all of that. You can answer it if you know the answer. And if it's a little bit technical, you can go read it up because that's adding to your knowledge, right? On the skill that you're about learning. So you can go read it up and come answer the question. That is the way to grow. You see events, you get to network in this event. So now moving to the final part, so I can hand up my story is also in the community. I got to network people, the likes of David, um, Olariwaju Imboke, and other like minds and other respected people. I got to meet them at some of these are community meetups, especially the physical one. So I got to network with them, and now the result of that was right now, I told you, or they introduced me as a team lead of business process engineering at Axaman. I never started at Axaman. I never started my career at Axaman. But I'll let you in on the little secret. I was brought in by someone in the community. Like someone in the community was actually leaving the company and brought me in. But why did he bring me in? Number one, I definitely also put out my work. He knew my company, my capabilities, and he knew my strengths. And number two is because we have had the kind of connection that's networking that I got in the community. So being an active part of a community gives you a lot of values, a lot of benefit. And I'm just using my story to simplify all of this benefit. And I think I would end with that. And I happen to also be a community leader now. I'm trying to encourage, and push others to also do likewise and giving their best and also push until they master that particular skill. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much. I'll just mention maybe things that I got from all of what you said. More quickly, from your story and as you. So three things that I took out, right? Getting an accountability partner. That was really key to success. Your commitment to growth. So it's not just about learning, but you have to put in extra work to keep up to date with the technology. As well as one other key thing that you talked about is strength of the community, right? Which has also gotten you to the point where you are today. So thank you so much, Toby. If not for anything, out of everything that Toby has talked about for past few minutes, let us take that out. Strength of the community, that is one. Commitment to growth and getting an accountability partner would really keep you on your toes and making sure that you do what is expected of you. So thank you so much, Toby, for your response.
Okay, hello. Hello?
Hi, David. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Hi. So we do have some questions in the chat window. However, I'm thinking we can address the question to Amalola first, and then we can bring in some of the questions from the audience in the chat window after that.
All right, great. So, Omala,
Yeah.
you can go. Of course, we would like to know. We would like to know a bit more about you aside from what we read on the screen. We would also want to know what motivates you. Of course, you're also an MVP. That is something that a lot of people out there are aspiring for. So, we want to also know your story. Oh, we cannot hear you. You seem to be muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Olana, for the introduction. I heard how, and I was here how you were, introducing us and saying so many things about Iron Toby. Thank you so much. All right. So, hi, everyone. My name is Omolola Alfred. I am a senior Power Platform developer at work. Outside work, I like to call myself a business application developer, and I'm also a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional. Basically, what that means is that aside from working, anybody that you see MVP tied to, it means that they are community oriented. They like to share their knowledge. They like to do things like this, like what we are doing, inspire people, at times organize free training, help people grow, tell people about um, the new things that are happening in the space that they are. So you see some people, MVP business applications, MVP AI. It just means that they are people who give freely to the community in that particular area. So yes, I am MVP business application. So that's like the area that I give to the community in. So I'm to tell you a bit about me. what motivates me, what motivates me to collaborate with others, and what is my story. So my story is actually in all of this, right? And Toby has said so much about that, right? So aside from the fact that I'm here, which I really want to thank Mr. Sheyi for bringing us here, can I still be heard, Alana?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. All right. So, like I was saying, right? First, I want to thank Mr. Sheyi for inviting Anne to be here. But aside that, I'm actually excited to just be here, not only to be here alone, but to be here with Toby. Toby is my accountability partner in, all of these business applications, Microsoft, anything work, right? So, what will I say? What has motivated me to collaborate with others? So I've always seen people as resources, right? So I believe that there's nothing that we have and that we've not been given through people. Okay, so I started my journey through internship. So during my NYC, I had different plans, right? And all of these plans were basically to start my career somewhere. So I had saved up my money and I decided that, okay, I'm even going to enter into anywhere that they're ready to, um, anywhere that they're ready to take me free of charge, right? Let me just work for you. Don't pay me. So I saved all of my NYC money. And thank God it was even during COVID. So there was no reason for me to really spend so much. However, I got into my first internship, software engineering internship. And I was like the only girl in the midst of about 4 or 5 guys at that time. So when I was done with software engineering internship, I knew that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something related to AI, something related to robotic process automation. So I set. And one day I found Power Platform. To cut the long story short, I started in the Power Platform space. And after a week, so I know you heard Toby saying I onboarded him. I've told him to stop saying that. Yes, I did onboard him, but I was like his onboarding buddy, right? Onboarding friend. It means that I just got to the place 1 week before him. So I was there 1 week before him. So at the time he joined, I at first, so let me actually even say this. So when they brought Toby, the time to be actually stepped into the place, I saw him, doing interview, and in my mind I was like, who is this guy doing a lot of gesticulation and all of that? Then when he came, I was like, his gesticulation helped him get the job. Oh, he has gotten the job. So they brought him and they were like, this guy has to sit beside me. And there was a lady that was sitting beside me before. I was so angry that they were going to take her away and put Toby there. I was angry. So I think the first day or two, I wasn't really talking to him. I'm not sure he noticed. But after a while, I saw that this person was also pushing as much as I was pushing, right? So I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it will be better. I've always known right from time that it's better when people actually learn together. So I spoke to him and I'm like, okay, when we're coming on Monday, is it possible that you've done this and you've done this, blah, blah, blah. So we basically just started like that. So like Toby said, I don't want to come to work on Monday and I have not done what Toby has, I've not done what I've bragged to Toby that I would do, right? So I will want to do it and go to work and tell Toby that, oh yeah, where is that thing that you said you were going to do? And I noticed that both of us actually, decided doing well where we were at that point, would have done what they asked us to do, would have read more, and we were really on top of what was actually happening in the Microsoft space. And so I saw that theory of learning together with somebody, I'd put it into practice, and it was really helpful. So I was using was, I am using was because at that time it was helpful. Now is it helpful? Absolutely helpful. Having somebody that you can learn with is amazing. I've learned with Toby. Toby might be working on a different project. I'm working on a different project. And, we just need to say, oh, what did you learn in this project? What's happening on this project? We are not even working in the same place anymore, but we still do that, right? What's happening in the project that you're working on? What's happening in the project that I'm working on? And, you learn even beyond the scope and the area of where you are. So, in all of this, that's like I would say what has motivated me to collaborate with others. But I'm just going to take like 2 more minutes to talk about my story, right? I don't know if I've ever said this anywhere, and like I said again, Mr. Sherry, thank you for having me. So I'll just use the opportunity to say here. So my story is basically that it's not so much, but it's just that I am the 11th child of my parents. It means that we are so much, and I'm the last one. I was basically tired of, will I say, receiving from my siblings. They were not complaining, but I was just tired of receiving from my siblings. So I wanted to do something that would help me to earn and have my own money, at least be able to take care of my own self. So that's my story. That's one of my motivation. And let me just peg it at that point so that we'll be able to take other questions. So thank you so much, Lana. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Omolola. I think basically you and Toby has said similar things, but what you have also added, which is very key, right, is seeing people as a resource. A lot of people just feel like, oh, this person is here. What do they have to offer? You have to come to the terms with the fact that everybody has something that you can make do of. Everybody has something to offer. You don't even need to be in need before you know that they can be helpful at one point or the other in your career or your personal life. So seeing people as a resource would actually be like an addition to you as an individual, right? Because you know that this is this is available for you to tap from, for you to tap into. So that's really mind opening. So there are a couple of questions here in the chat. A couple of them for Toby, because I do believe that it came in when Toby was speaking. So Emmanuel says, "What mistake did you make that others can learn from?" Now, Toby, that's going to you. So when you started your journey, so when you were doing a lot of collaboration, when you had Omola as your accountability partner and you were doing, basically a lot of learning and you were growing your career, what mistakes would you say you made that other people can, learn from and avoid?
Okay. Um, all right. So to answer the question, I would say I've made a couple of mistakes. But what's important is learning from your mistakes. That's what is really very important. You can make a number of mistakes, but definitely I'll talk about some of them. But learning from your mistake is actually the key thing, because if you make a mistake and you keep making a mistake, then it becomes an habit. So as I would say the very first one is managing or finding a way to communicate with people. So I used to be this shy person, right? It's not like I'm not shy, I'm still shy. It's just community has reduced that. All right. So I used to be this shy person, and I really, don't talk, don't. I'm the kind of person that sits at one corner, and we join meetings, and when it's time to brainstorm, oh, we have a particular solution that, or we have a particular application or solution that I want to build. I might have idea because I'm someone that reads wide, and I read wide and I read deep to understand something that, or to understand a skill set or to understand the technology very very well. So it's possible that that solution or what they are trying to brainstorm for, I actually have the idea that can solve that. But because I'm this shy person, I don't talk. Right? So I keep to my I keep to myself. And that really is one mistake that I would say I made. You should always be ready to give, that is, to communicate. And it's very, very important, especially when you are going to work in an organization. You should, any place you're going to work, either an organization or as an entrepreneur, whichever one you would want to call it, you would need to communicate, either directly with your clients or with your internal customers or with other colleagues. You need to share ideas. And if there's someone that shy away from doing that, then there will always be a problem, because there might be a solution that you might have a very great idea to solve, but because you're not contributing, now someone propose a solution that might not, be as effective as whatever you had in mind. You might start, grumbling inside, but it was because you didn't share your idea. That's why whatever you had in mind wasn't implemented. So communication is something I tell people. Is in short, it's a skill you should all learn. I know a lot of us, maybe from school, might be this person that maybe we're bullied or some one way or the other, you just don't like talking. You should learn to communicate. You don't always shout or make noise in the room. But when you have an idea, always be ready to spill the idea out. Let people hear from you. Number two would be time management. So, and this time management was literally in my growing stage. So I'd learned the skill to a particular level, and this is roughly like me 6 months the into the tool, and I became really active in the community. And yeah, please be active in your community, as like I used to say. But I was not able to manage my time at the moment. Why? Because, like I said, I love helping people. So you would see me, I jump up from bed very early because I stay on the mainland and I work on the island. If you're in Nigeria, you definitely will understand that. That was I know. Lola always have our workplace not too far from our house, so she carried it just by the side. All right, so I work on the mainland, and my place of work is actually far on the island. So I have to leave home as early, and then I go to work every day. So I have to leave home very early. Then I get back home very late because of the traffic. And now there are people that have entered my DM like, oh, Toby, I need to do this, Toby, I need to do that, I need to do this. And then, I jump on calls to help people. Some people might, oh, I have this issue, I have that issue. I jump on calls, which is not bad. But, I think number one thing is you should, learn to help yourself, then help others. Why I said that is now I schedule a time to help people, maybe like say a 9 to 10 to help people. But now I have like, at the time, like my name was actually going around in the community, and like number of people knew I was in the community. And I had like 4, 5, 6 people wanting me to help jump on a call. And I spent nothing less than 40 minutes on each of these calls. So you see me being up from roughly like 9 to like 2 a.m. and I have to sleep and go back to work the following day because I have to report to my workplace and all of that. And now this now started, affecting my health and other things like that. So time management is something I feel I also made a mistake with. But thank God, I think I had to reach out to Olariwaju. So it's also someone I look up to very well in the community. And it was like, okay, why don't you just have like a resource out there? So I think then I wrote a blog, couple of blog on some of these questions, a couple the questions they ask, and I think I did a YouTube video. And now when they come to ask you, you can just relate them. Okay, oh, you need this particular one, you need this particular issue. Why don't you just check this out, like check this material, check this YouTube video. In short, simplified in the YouTube video than I would have done on the call. So check out this YouTube video, check out this resource, check out this blog, relate them to all of those. You don't always have to jump on the call. Some of them, what they need help with might not be very, very complex. They just need someone to point them through this direction, through a particular direction, right? And we have a number of resources right now that are available that you can point them to or that they can go look into that will help them solve their issue. So I would think I will stop there, but those particular things, speaking out and time management are two things I would say that were the mistakes I made, and I think I've learned from it now. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Toby. So I think we're just going to move forward with you. You do have another question. Um, so I mean, you currently lead a team, right? And this team, you engineer business processes. I think one thing we would want to learn from you is how you would explain a relevant technology to someone with limited tech skills. We know most of the people in our workplace, they usually keep against process automation. And sometimes, especially when they do not understand the technology, oh, what are you? Are you a software developer that develops? Well, what are you doing with our product? How are you going to go about it? They are kind of confused and they really want answers, right? So, how do you go about explaining to these persons, right, with limited tech skill? How do you explain the technology to them?
Okay. Yeah, so you're very, very right. In short, some people ask you, are you a back-end developer? Are you a front-end? Please,
Exactly.
what are you putting at all? You don't understand. Like, what are you putting at all? And I think one way I explain is number one, I try to explain my daily job. Right now, when I came in and I first introduced myself, I talked about what my team does, and my team understands the business first. Then we improve efficiency of the business by leveraging local tools. When we explain what we do, I'll say very best way to explain by explaining the value whatever you do drives, right? Whatever you do drives. Now, you'll be surprised that when you get into a number of these organizations, there are a lot of processes. I'm talking of manual processes within different units. Now, those are not prioritized by the IT team because they're just within units. But if you check the overall, turnaround time, or if you check the overall impact of those little issues, and just be 8 hours delay in a particular unit, another 3 hours delay in a particular unit. That's why you get to a bank and you want to maybe you want to get maybe like your money. It's taking a lot of time, or there's an issue with ATM, it's taking a lot of time. Some little things like that. And if you check the root cause of all of this, you see it's little issues from different things because one team handles the whole process, right? Different things. Now, and that's where I think that's one way we come. That's not all of the ways we come. Now, when I explain my skill set, like I said, number one, I tell them is a local tool. It's something anybody can join. I'm sorry, it's something anybody can start with. Because a lot of people that are with limited tech skills are always scared of anything that has to do with coding and programming. And I tell them that's where we come in. Now we have the core developers. These are the guys that code every single thing. That the front end, the back end, with Python and all of those. Now we have the no code, the product designers. And I tell them we sit literally around the middle. And what I mean by that is please confirm me. Okay, I think
Absolutely, I can.
yeah. Oh, right. Thank you. All right. So, and I tell you around the middle, we build solutions, we build applications to support the business to become more efficient and productive. Call it so in power platform in place. There is more like a PowerPoint and your Excel brought together where you can drag different things around and you're building apps or you're auditing processes that would help solve problem, drive efficiency. Something I push out today. So this is something that is left for you to just use. And now with the new AI invention, if you are the latest Microsoft build, you can just describe what you're trying to solve and you have AI build a local solution solve that problem is meant for every single person, both whether you sit in a tech area or you sit in your circular business, maybe like an HR or your finance. This helps you to improve your efficiency instead of you jumping around trying to get approval. You have an automation where you sit and it goes around to like 5 different people. They'll click from their mail and you get your response right on your seat without you having to start climbing different floors to meet each of these people to get their approval. And that's one way I would say I push with this, explaining the value behind what you're doing and how it is simple to learn and simple to use. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toby. So I think one key what I got out of all of what you said, and I would also want our audience to take this back is one best way you can explain a technology, because it can be pretty difficult to do that, especially with our bosses in the office. One best way to do that, to explain technology to a non-techie or someone with limited tech knowledge, is communicating the value of this technology or a solution that you have built using this technology. They would understand that easily as against trying to explain the technical jargons that goes on. Just tell them what this technology do, the value that they can get from it as a business, right? So I think that's pretty easy and straightforward to explain. Thank you so much, Toby, for that insight. Omolola, back to you. Okay, so we do have a question on the screen for you. Um, and by the way, I absolutely love the way you introduce who an MVP is, right? So these are people, whenever you hear an MVP, you know that this is someone who gives back to the community. That's more like their second job. It's a hobby to put knowledge out there to people who are enthusiasts basically in the different areas of Microsoft technologies. That's a really great way to put it, and thank you so much for that. So, what are some in all of the business of giving back to technology? What are some frameworks, methods, or tips that have helped you to have an effective community discussion? I know this can be pretty intense sometimes. It could be pretty challenging, but you should have a couple of things that has helped you so far to put together and to be able to come this far.
Yes, thank you so much, Alana. Thank you so much, Alana, for that, right? So, I have never had somebody ask me about this. So I would say it's amazing having this question, especially this one that talks about how, sorry, question 4.
Yeah, question 4. Can we go back to, yeah, thank you.
Yes. So, what are the frameworks, method, or tips that have helped have an effective community discussion? All right. So, I'm part of the key leaders in Nigerian Dynamics 365 community, and I'm here and there in some other communities. So, first, anytime you hear community, community is about people, as in real life people. Like that's like the first thing you need to understand. These are people, and most of them are professionals. Right, so you're not just talking to any kind of person, you're talking to professionals. So if you are in their midst and we are trying to, will I say, um, we are trying to have a particular discussion. At times, it can be easy. At times, it can be very intense because these are professionals. They know what they are doing. So everybody wants to come and have their opinions heard and all of that. And at times, it might get difficult because everybody wants what they are saying to be done. However, part of the framework that actually help and will I say it builds a very strong and forward moving community would be number one, having a right? We have a goal as a community. So the goal is not one person goal. It is not one person's mission, right? Number one, it is a goal as a community. So when things get pretty intense, we remind ourselves that, okay, this is why all of us are actually gathered here. We are gathered here because of this particular reason. So so the first is understand the community goal. The second thing is um in all of it, we need to understand that, okay, all these things that all of us are actually saying is we are trying to go somewhere. All of us actually want the good of the community. So I would say teamwork. So if you're talking right now, Olana, if you're talking right now and I'm talking at the same time, we will not hear ourselves. Say Toby now starts talking and Mr. Sheyi adds to it. This place will just turn to a market. So the most important thing that we need to understand when we're trying to build a community, or when we're trying to push something in the community, is that teamwork will help us better. And for us to actually work as a team, then we have to collaborate. You can't be talking while I'm talking. You need to talk, right? I listen to you. Then whatever I'm saying, I don't need to repeat what you have said, right? I need to add, probably build something on what you have said, or say something, even if it's in contrast to what you've said, but we are still looking at the goal. So, for instance, say Olana says 2 plus 2 will give us 10,000 in this particular program that we are trying to foster as a community, right? And I come and I say, well, um, I understand that Olana is saying 2 plus 2 will give us 10,000, but then looking at this and this and this, I think 2 plus 2 will give us 4. Now, what I've done is in contrast to what you have said. However, I've said it in a very respectful manner, and I am also looking at a particular thing, which is the goal of the community, what we are trying to achieve at that time. So, having a goal as a community, and also people actually make up, that was what I started with, people make up the community. So the kind of people that you put together in a community would determine the kind of product that you have in that community. So if you put together professionals that can understand each other, then you have a forward moving community. If you put together professionals that will not listen to each other, they want what they want, whatever they want, all of them want whatever they want done. Nobody will step down for anybody. You have great minds in the community, but the community will be stagnant. All right. If you have a community where, for instance, if I have a community with people like Toby, with people like Olariwaju Oyinboke, with people like Fusha, people like Ahmed, people that read a lot, right? You would know that even though they are old, of course, they are who they are moving forward. So because of the fact that they are reading, they are moving forward, they would help to actually drive the community forward. So yes, those are the things that you can so these are actually the framework that you can put in place and have a very strong and moving a community that is moving forward. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Omolala. So if you want to start up a community out there, I think the first thing that you must do, according to Omolala, and I absolutely agree with that, is to understand the community goal. Either as an individual that is starting up a community or as the community itself that has come together, you must have a goal and understand what that goal is. That is one. And secondly, you must put together a group of, well, professionals, right? So now I don't think in this sense it really means people who already know the technology, because I know in the community you also come to learn, because I mean being an MVP is about giving back. So a group of professionals who value teamwork is key for a community's growth. I think those are two key things that Rola has communicated to us. So if you're out there, if you are in a community, if you're starting a community, understand the goal of that community that you are in, else you will not be able to make meaningful contribution. I think that is one. And you should also absolutely be able to you should be able to value teamwork and key into whatever team that is working, and that's basically working towards this specific goal. So thank you so much, Onola. And a follow-up question to that is also about collaboration. How is it important in the community? I know, I mean, from what you have said so far, it kind of speaks to this, right? But want you to touch more on collaboration in the community.
All right. Thank you so much, Alana. And I see one of my ogas has joined the call. So before I go on, hi, Mr. Deji. Hi. All right. So let me just go on with how is collaboration important in the community? One of the things I did not mention the last time that I was talking was because, I was able to peep into this person and I saw, okay, this person is community. Community is about service. So what I said earlier was I was talking to the leadership team in the community, but the full scope of community is about service. You are going there to serve people. I talked about professionals coming together, to form the leadership team, right? But a community is not a one man's business. So even if I'm starting a community, I cannot own that community. If I do that, I will not be collaborating and effectively with other great minds. And because of that, I will not allow the oil. Let me just use them. I will say I will not allow the oil on other people's head to drop on those other people that are coming to learn that we are actually trying to serve in the community. So even if I'm founding a community, I am not the owner of that community, right? The community is people. We are trying to serve the people. We are trying to help people that are coming and make the mistakes that we made. We're trying to help people grow in their career, even as we grow, because each time I teach, I'm learning more, right? So you need to collaborate together. If I and Toby are starting a community, we would, at a point, to just be both of us. Then we will now bring up leaders in that community. We will collaborate. However, you see the people that are just coming in into the community, probably, novice people that are just started. For instance, Olana, I know that you are a data professional, right? So people say novice, people that are just coming in the data profession, they are trying to join a particular community. There are some things that you, up where you are, you will not see. But you see these people, they've seen it, right? They know how you can serve them better. They know what they need from you. It's not just what you want to do to them. There's a certain thing that they're actually expecting from you. So collaboration is not just you collaborating with leaders alone. Collaboration also means that you are collaborating with the people you want to serve. Hear what they have to say, hear their needs. What do they need? Then bring that together with that of the leaders, put it together and serve the community how they want to be served. Okay.
All right, Olala, I would say you did justice to this. Thank you so much. I mean, it's not just about collaborating with fellow community leads or community leaders, but also listening to those who have come up to learn, listening to the community body at large, and attending to their needs, listening to what they have to say. Like you mentioned, I know what I want to give, but what do they need from me? They should know better and they should be able to point that, and I should respond accordingly. Thank you so much, Omolola, for that. Hi, Deji.
Hi, Olana. How are you?
I am very well. It's been a while too.
Oh, it's nice
So,
hearing
we
your
do
voice.
have Omolola and Oluwatobi here as our guests, and they have been awesome in talking to us about um, professionalism, about community, how to start off. So now we're going to be asking to the question. I don't know, Deji, if you want to take this. You want to take this up with Toby?
Okay, so that would be a nice one. So, hello, Toby. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's an honor
Yeah,
to.
so it's nice having you on board.
Yeah,
Omolola, I
thank
love
you.
that smile. I wish I can get a copy of that. So, okay, so Oluwatobi, this question is actually going straight to you. As a tech advocate, what is the best way to encourage organization to embrace process automation? This is your field. So, Oluwatobi, we need your help.
All right, thank you. All right, so I would say it's similar to the answer I gave when you asked the previous question, which is understanding the value this brings to the company. Now, let's look at the financial institution. I'll spend a couple of I don't know why I like keep using them as examples. I think it's because a lot of us have experience working with them, right? We have our money in the banks and we have to get our money out, we want to transfer and all of those. Now, take financial institution for example. Let's look into the world of insurance. So when you talk of insurance, just the background, you or investments. Let me use the word investment. Investment means you put your money somewhere, it kind of grows for a while, then you get your money back, right? Now, take organization A. I put my money, I invest my money there, and in 6 months, I asked for them to return my money back with the interest. It took them 1 week, or in short, it took them 1 month just to get my money back. But when they were collecting my money, it didn't take them that long. Oh. They collected my money sharp, sharp, and they were quick to debit me. Now, look at organization B, also investment company, and you drop your money there. And about time to collect, when it's time to collect your money back, it took less than 24 hours, and I got your money back. Please, which organization would you want to keep working with, or
B, of
investing
course.
with? Exactly, is B. And why is that? And I'll tell you the truth. It's because in-house there are different processes that goes on, and in different organizations they have processes, that is from when your money is being invested till when you're about collecting your money. In between there's a big gap. Now that is where the business process takes place. The business process. Now that business process is between different teams, meaning your money enters, it goes to a particular team for kind of processing, it goes to another team for kind of
Approvals.
posting, approvals. Then there's a way they also make money off your money, like an investment and some other things that goes on in. But not one team does that. Different teams happen to treat that. And now when you come to make a request to get your money back, from that point of making that request, there are some approvals and some processes that takes place to get your money back. Now, the difference between organization A and organization B is basically the process automation. Now, organization B have been able to make their process more effective and efficient, that once you make that request, it doesn't take that long for you to go through all of those loops, all of those process, and for you to get your money back. Meanwhile, organization B is still having issue with that. It's still having issue with automating. And like I said, it's the value you bring. And one good example, or practical example, is an organization like I did work with. And I needed to then I needed to help them automate a particular process. And in short, when I joined, it wasn't like a big problem for them. But when they started seeing like customer drop, it now became a problem for them.
Hmm.
And this is similar to the issue I actually explained. Yeah, it was taking longer time to get their customers or to satisfy their customers. And the truth is that if you're not satisfying your customers will look for that satisfaction elsewhere. So optimizing your process, like I said, number one is that value. Is that value? And I'll say it's the key. Is the key. So I just had to, explain to them, see, let's draw a roadmap. Let's draw an analysis of what you're trying to do here. This is what is actually happening. And if you look at the cost effect of what's happening, we are losing customers. Now, if you want to optimize your process, now we bring in this tool, say Power Automate. And one good thing about talking about something, say Power Automate to automate the process now is a normal organization already have this license, this tool, they have it at their disposal. They don't just know how to use them. I just went on to build this thing for them. I didn't initially I didn't mention it, right? I also went on to build this tool for them, and when it was time to deploy, I also had to reach out to some certain supervisors who reached out to the management, and they set up a meeting where I just explained how this particular thing work, and it was easy for the management to drive adoption for that tool. Why? Because they saw the value. And now, a process that takes roughly, say, I think it took around 4 hours, was taking less than 10 minutes
What?
because we're able to automate that particular process for them. Yes. So instead of you going to some kind of couple of Excel sheet or couple of stuff and having to use your head to start rounding up with different things, you have an application or an automation that does all of those things for you. All you just need to do is put in the input, and in a few minutes you get your output and you move on. Like it leaves you and it goes to the next. It goes to the next thing for treatment. The next thing has also a tool that they had in place that also helps with the automation. And you see how we're able to now cut down a process that takes roughly 20 hours to about 30 minutes. And like I said, it wasn't hard to drive adoption for this tool because one complaint a lot of people do have is, how do I drive adoption when I build or automate the process for a collection? Is explain the value, understand the value, pitch the value to them, to the employees, to the management. And when they see this, I will tell you that they will be quick to jump and to leverage on it. So the value is what I would give as the answer to this particular one. The
Wow.
best way is the value, explaining, understanding the value, and let them see the value because it's also going to benefit them. It's not just you building a solution; it will benefit them at all. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Oluwatobi. Explain the value, understand the value, help them to see the value, speak to the value, let the value do the speaking. Oh my God. So the value is all about value. What value are you bringing to the table? The best way is to talk about value. Thank you very much. Olana, over to you.
Thank you so much, DG. Okay, so our next question will be for Omolola. Okay, so now it's really for me, it's really about the community, right? A lot is going on there because that is where we raise the next generation of techies. So this is it's very important. So before now, we know that most of our community meetups has always been physical. People leave their homes, they go to these meetups, they carry their laptops, they are able to see the projector in front of them or the screen in front of them and replicate whatever it is that is being taught, right? I think it's pretty easy for a lot of people to follow through that way. The fact that they see other people around them, they are really encouraged to keep it on. And the fact that they can see you, the tutor, or you, the instructor, in front of them, that also gives them some form of encouragement. But then again, we had to go virtual, right? Right now, there are a lot more that are going on virtually. And most of these community meetups are virtual. So, how have you been able to manage this? How have you been able to build people to people network for knowledge sharing using discussion forums? I mean, what are these discussion forums? How do you do it to keep it going?
All right. So thank you so much again, Olana. Um, my community engagement has been both virtual and physical. So first, I know that this is talking to virtual, but I'm also going to share one on physical before I move to virtual. So one is during the Global Power Platform Bootcamp conference. So first, I encourage people to attend conferences. That's where you meet people. That's where you can, meet professionals, and all of that. So during the Global Power Platform Bootcamp 2023, that was, I think last month, thereabout. One of the things I told them, so there was a women in tech session, and I was privileged to be part. So I told them one thing, which is ensure that before you leave here today, you have an accountability partner. It has worked for me. I have preached the gospel of having an accountability partner, and it has also worked for other people. Now, because I see here people to people network, just like I and Toby's story. See, you work together when you're working with somebody that you understand their language, right? So I advise people, and I'm still saying it here, get an accountability, whether virtual or physical. I don't see, to now we don't work in the same organization. I don't see him every time, but we are still accountability partners, right? How have I also been able to do this virtually? So, in the community, one of the communities that I serve, the Dynamics 365 community, we have virtual training. So during the virtual training, say we are using LinkedIn or we are using YouTube, right? For instance, and we have the same thing going on here. You can see how Emmanuel is. We can see Emmanuel Itoche. I see some of the questions he's asking. We can see how he's answering questions, right? I have seen people communicate or connect with people during this kind of trainings like this. So we are talking now, and or we are training. There are 75 people online, and these 75 people, there are, some of them are answering questions. You see some people being able to, while you're there, some people will even be answering the questions of other people. So most times when I'm doing those kind of training, I actually encourage, right? So at times I might not have the time to leave what I'm training you to answer some of your questions, right? So I encourage that you leverage on the chat session. So during the chat sessions, I've seen and I've heard feedbacks of people that have actually met each other during the chat sessions, and they've been great accountability partner. Even when I'm doing physical training and I'm training, there are some students in class that are getting in better than the others. What I do most times, I peer. Okay, you and you, please help this person. The reason is because peer mentorship is most times better than, a senior person mentoring a junior person. The reason is because the things I can discuss with Toby, Toby, I don't understand this. Come, oh, Toby says, Lola, I don't understand it. Come on, like the way we relate is better than at times say that maybe Mr. Deji is my mentor, and I'm, talking to Mr. Deji. I'm using a lot of SARS. I'm not saying I would always encourage mentorship. I have a career mentor in the tech space. His name is Olariwa Joyinboke. I've said it so many times. He has helped my career in a very big way. However, I would always encourage peer mentorship, whether virtual peer mentoring or if you're opportune to, be able to meet the person one-on-one. Awesome. As a peer mentor, I have preached this, and like I said, I have been able to do it digitally. I've said that. I have been able to do it physically. I've said that. Just encourage people at times, actively peer to people together. At times in my networks, somebody reach out to me, virtual, oh, I want to learn this. I have somebody that I've trained before in that particular thing. I pair them up. I don't bother doing the training because there's somebody that I can pair up with the person that is also just coming up. So both of them will learn together, and they'll scale it. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Omolola. I mean, I think I've always also been a huge fan of peer mentorship. And thank you for, I would say, putting a name to it, because what I usually tell most of my team members is before you do a vertical escalation, do a horizontal escalation, right? Do not come up, do not take it up. Do a horizontal escalation. There are people in your team, there are people in your level that must have encountered this problem before. And even if they have not encountered this problem before, you can talk to them about it. You can try to sort it out. And if two, three, four people cannot resolve it, then you can do a vertical escalation. Right. I think it also sets with peer mentorship, which is great. And yes, I agree with you that people will learn better that way as against having like a senior mentor, which is also encouraged, by the way. So thank you so much, Omola, for that. So this other question goes to you again. and it says to be a local developer. Where and how do I begin? I think this is one of the questions that one of our audience asked before now. How our audience was asking how did you begin your career as a local developer, and now we're throwing it to you. If I
Is this
want
for
to go
me or for
into
Toby?
Yeah,
Oluwatobi,
Oluwatobi.
yeah, if you want to go into local development, where and how do I begin? Where and how do our audience begin with local development?
All right,
Oluwatobi,
so
a
I'll
straightforward answer. Look at me face to face. I want to be a good developer. Tell me where I should start, what I should do, so that by this same time next week, I want to be top up there. Your time starts now.
Lola will see you in private. All right, so I'll talk for I'll speak in for two categories. That's student and professionals. Um, okay, yeah, student and professionals. Now I'll start with students. Now for students, definitely, I would encourage them to. There are a lot of local tools that are out there. So pick a particular one you're interested in learning. So I tell people to first start with research. There are different local tools. If I start mentioning, aside in the Power Platform from Microsoft Space, we have from also other spaces. So if you are going for the Power Platform, which is we are specialized, for example, on the Power Platform we have five different like children there or components, depending on how people categorize them. We have the Power Apps, low code application, Power Automate for automating, Power Virtual Agent for building chatbots. We have Power BI for visualization. So a lot of people in data actually go into the Power BI side. And we have the Power Pages, more like a low code website, web pages and the rest. Now, you want to start learning. Where do you start from? After you have to look into all of this. Pick if it's just one or two. I'll tell you to start with one or two at most. Just pick anyone, then start with that particular one. A lot of issues people have is wanting to learn roughly like 5, 6 different things at the same time. Then you become overwhelmed because each technology is have their own, things or specialty that comes with them, and also their technicalities that come with them. Each technology. So, meaning, for example, I start with Power Apps and I start learning to build apps. If you are coming to the Power Platform, definitely I'll tell you to start with Power Apps because it's easy to slide into other ones from Power Apps. Now, say you are learning Power Apps, you're learning Power Automate, you're learning Power BI, all at the same time. Now, today you're thinking or you're sitting with Power FX in Power Apps. Tomorrow you're in tomorrow you're in Power Automate. You've not finished Power Apps, so you jump on Power Automate on this. Okay, just after 1 hour, you're sitting out with expression. Then you jump to Power BI. You say you want to start learning DAX. How far? You don't scare yourself. So I tell you to start with a particular technology or start with a particular tool, then you can move on from there. So now, as a student, yeah, look into the tools, pick a particular one. So make your research, pick a particular one that interests you. Then now check up or check for the learning curve. A lot of them have a learning curve that is from a beginner to intermediate to a expert level. Their learning curves. So for perhaps you can start with your normal building a simple application where you don't even need to write code at all. You are starting with the Power Platform. You can start with Power Apps, start with building an application that don't need coding at all. In short, you can start with building an application that builds the application for you from SharePoint. But you just check out for the learning curve. And a very good resource I would recommend to everybody is Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn is like Microsoft University if you are learning the Power Platform. If you are learning other local tools, each local tool have a documentation like you can always check. That's for people that like reading and but for people that like watching videos, people like myself, I love, where someone is doing the work that I want to learn, I want to see someone doing it. Check out YouTube. YouTube is a whole investor on its own. It has a lot of people drop a lot of content there, and you can go there, check for playlists, to specific playlists. You can just browse that particular technology playlist from beginner to expert level, and you see people that have done playlists roughly like maybe 100 videos, 50 videos, 20 videos, and they shorten it, explaining briefly and in detail or how those technology work and how to start learning and building them to practical level. So this is for students. Also for people looking to start this, like jump into this, they can also leverage this particular one I talked about. Now, for professionals that are actually working, oh, Toby, I'm the HR, but this low code is really something I really want to push and kind of transition to. What do I do? Do I just resign and go and start learning low code? I'll tell you to, I'll advise you to start from there. Now, you're sitting in the HR. There are a lot of processes that is in the HR that I believe, in short, I'm 100% sure they're still manual. You can start by, working or improving that process. Build a simple automation. Let the automation do things for you. Show it to your supervisor, show it to the management, let them see that. After that, move forward, build something a little bit, better, that drives better value, or a little bit complex. You can also follow the learning curve I talked about. But my point is, if you're a professional, you can start from where you are, where you're working. Start doing that. I've seen people who switch careers right from where they were, from a particular unit to another unit, because they were able to drive value with those other tool sets or skill sets. And definitely management saw that this guy was really driving value, leveraging this technology, this local tool. And they just switching, we moved from a particular department to the tech department, because that was actually what I was interested in. But my point was, it was driving value, or it was driving value with that tool where it was. So as a professional, you can start from where you are, wherever you're working, wherever unit you're working, start leveraging these local tools to build solutions for yourself. And then you can now start having discussion to transition into that department or another department that does a lot of this. But as a student, you can check out the learning curve since you're still a student. Check out for the learning curve, check out, make research, pick particular two. Please don't jump on too much at the same time. Just pick one or two at most. Check the learning curve and start learning. Check the competition if you like reading, and check out YouTube playlist or tutorials and other resources out there if you are interested in learning that. Thank you. So I hope
Thank
I did
you
just.
very much, Oluwatobi. The learning curve, as according to what you said, don't jump at all the technology at once. Take a step at a time. As you go deep into one, then you can expand horizontally. So pick one, go in depth, then you can expand. That is a very good advice, and we should leverage on Microsoft Learn, which is a university on its own. And the second university you mentioned, YouTube. You can type the name of the technology with playlists to guide us. Thank you very much. I appreciate. So another question is going back to Oluwatobi. Oluwatobi, are you good to go?
Yes, I'm sure.
What?
I'm good to
Okay, so this question says, what are some team building idea local developer can try out in the workplace? Can you just give us some ideas? Okay, you said if I'm in HR, I can try out some things. So
Yeah.
the time starts now.
All right. So I think when it comes to team building, I'll say more like building a community around what you do would be the best idea you can have. A community around what you do. Now, at my present place of work, we have a community, a power platform community within where I work, and I'll tell you that we have roughly more than half of the old staffs in the, because the organization happens to be like a global one, and we have different people from different teams, different places, because they're also across the country, joining this community, and always have meetups, often regularly. And they always join these meetups to always learn. And why do I say community? It's because this is bringing together people or like-minded people, to look into something, to make impact. And that would be the best way to drive a particular tool, for example, the logo tool. So another practical example when you talk of, sorry, another practical example when you talk of team building, just like Mr. DJ said, now the HR. Now the HR has a particular issue you're trying to solve, and you build, or you build a tool that does that improve that. I will tell you that people will come and meet you to let you know that, oh, please, how can I also improve something around my side? How can I improve this around my side? How can I improve this around my side? And that is how you can just start a little community where you are. So, and there are even my former place of work, we also have a community there. That's one of the ideas that I also brought in. So we also had a community there, and that really helped. It helps in driving the adoption of this tool, because now we have people. The essence of this tool, the tool is to empower people to become efficient and productive where they are, and that's what this stuff give, and what this tool give you. So able to drive that efficiency and productivity is what would make you grow an efficient team. So that's where I would just like to stop, because I'm trying to make it brief. All right.
Okay, so thank you very much, Oluwatobi. I think I need to push the same question to Omolola. Omolola, are you there? I can't hear you. Oh, great. So Omolola, same question goes back to you. So please, can you help us shed more light in few seconds? Thank you.
Please, can I have the question again quickly, like on the screen? If I can just have the question pasted on the screen.
Okay.
So what are some team building ideas local developers can try out in the workspace? All right, so team building ideas. So one of the things that I would say that you can try out. So at work, am I allowed to use this name? Anyways, let me just say I told you. Triage. So you can call it triage. There's one of the things one of us, I and another colleague, we did. So I'm not like Toby that they had this power platform community at work, right? But there was one thing that we did at work. I and somebody. So I know the level he is. He knows the level I am. So he said to me, Lola, I'm going to give you. So you would send 2,000 to me, right? 2,000 naira. So I sent him 2,000 naira, and he gave me a task. If you're able to complete this task, he gave me a particular day, it's going to double the amount for me. Now, I'm not saying you should, use the same amount. Don't use an amount that you cannot part with, right? If you want to use money. So, but for me, money is a very great motivation. So I didn't want to lose my money. I went and I quickly, I tried my best to push and do that thing. Now, it was actually even API development. It was not exactly low code, but it was because it will help me in my local journey. So you can do that. But another thing that we try to do is so when I say triage, I mean create a knowledge base, right? So now I'm trying to do something. I found a way I could do it. I have a knowledge base. I store it there. Toby is always solving problems. There's one problem he had. He was able to solve it. He put it there. Anytime I have that same problem, I don't need to go meet somebody to ask. I can just, the first thing, like Olana said, try horizontally before you scale it up. So go check that knowledge base. So in any company, each team should have a knowledge base, whether low code or not low code. Have a knowledge base where they all dump in what they've been able to solve, what they've been able to learn, so that everybody can go there and pick from it. Thank you so much, Mr. Deji. I hope I've been able to, throw quick light to that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Omolola. Sincerely, I think I'm much more interested in the money part. So we can start from here. So give me a task and send 50,000 out to my account. Then let's see what happened to the task. So let's start with that. So thank you, Olana. Thank you, Oluwatobi. Thank you, Omolola. Mr. Sheyi, thank you. At this point, we'll be going. Let us quickly meet our mentors. And also, let's look at some of the user group. If you are listening to us, you can join any of our user group. But let us meet all our mentors. As the screen rolls by, please, anyone you feel you want to connect with, you are free. That's why they are there as mentors. Let's have the screen roll up. Thank you.
Moses was a man with consistency to your plan and will. Me want to see you be my beginning. I should be a genesis. Give me revelation to function as people remedy. I want get wisdom, knowledge like Solomon. Solution to what's problem, Baba, please make me the one. Joshua led the Israelite to their promised land. Teach me song that gives faith to make people stand. Teach me how to lean on you like David did. So when I'm in trouble and in struggle, you go be my shield. Christ is the perfect man. I wanna live like, please make I get better. Legacy, please make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like. One live good and well till my whole days. Make people they feel your anointing when I'm on the stage. I pray for more of you, God, and less of me. Anywhere you want me to go, Baba, carry me. I go be fool if I did the great, only me. Minister, good worshiper, that's what I be. To be a good father to my own child, a beautiful loving husband to my own wife. Make I didn't see your face, I sing clearly to follow you. Moses was a man with consistency to your plan and will. Me want to see you be my beginning. I should be a Genesis. Give me revelation to function as people remedy. I want get wisdom, knowledge like Solomon. Solution to what's problem, Baba, please make me the one. Joshua led the Israelite to their promised land. Teach me song that gives faith to make people stand. Teach me how to lean on you like David did. So when I'm in trouble and in struggle, you go be my shield. Christ is the perfect man. I wanna live like, please make I get better. Legacy, please make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like. Me want live good and well till my whole days. Me people they feel your anointing when I'm on the stage. I pray for more of you, God, and less of me. Anywhere you want me to go, Baba, carry me. I go be fool if I did the great, only me. Minister, good worshiper, that's what I be. To be a good father to my own child, a beautiful loving husband to my own wife. Make I didn't see your face, I sing clearly to follow you. Moses was a man with consistency to your plan and will. Me want to see you be my beginning. I should be a Genesis. Give me revelation to function as people remedy. I want get wisdom, knowledge like Solomon. Solution to what's problem, Baba, please make me the one. Joshua led the Israelite to their promised land. Teach me song that gives faith to make people stand. Teach me how to lean on you like David did. So when I'm in trouble and in struggle, you go be my shield. Christ is the perfect man. I wanna live like, please make I get better. Legacy, please make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like. Me want live good and well till my whole days. Me people they feel your anointing when I'm on the stage. I pray for more of you, God, and less of me. Anywhere you want me to go, Baba, carry me. I go be fool if I did the great, only me. Minister, good worshiper, that's what I be. To be a good father to my own child, a beautiful.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Afis, I guess you're on the call. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. Just trying to be sure we have Afis on the call. So at this point, I want us to quickly look at some of our what's it called, user groups that we have. And as we run through the user group, if there's any of the group you feel is very, very important and you want to join, so you can just take a screenshot and try as much as possible to contact those groups. So please, if you are on the, so let's roll all the user group, let's roll them. So join our user groups. So the next one, we have different user group. We have the Dynamics 365 user group. So we have the Azure, the Niger Azure community. We have the Nigeria M365 community. The Power Platform. The Niger Data Platform. The Power BI Learning community. And we have the Tech Stylers. So, and watch out for our upcoming events. Okay. So different events are being rolled out at different time. So please watch out for any of those events and try to be part of these. So thank you very much for having you there today. If you are not there, then our being here is of no use. We sincerely appreciate all of you that have been on the call for almost 2 hours. And our next meeting will be the last Saturday of this month. That is 24th of June. Same time, same link. So join us on the 24th of June as we roll out the other parts. Thank you very much. Have an amazing experience. Goodbye. Thanks.
Oya akéde mo fẹ́ délé bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ. Bàbá mi ò gbànígbà ní ojú ọ̀nà ó ṣe gbọ́n. Òsán-gìrì la-gìrì, ọ̀là-gìrì kàkà. Àtọ́gbọ́n arẹ́rẹ́ o. Bàbá mi ò wọ kẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ jíjọ. Jagunmọ́lá òde ọ̀rọ̀. Apá láti jó tọ̀hún tọ̀hún.